Yo, welcome to the show. It's the ATL vibe. Hit that like, hit that sub, keep the energy high. We got Anthony Legacy, TA Majusi too. Bringing all the heat, yeah, you know how we do. Hey, hit that button, don't forget to subscribe. We stay lit, we stay fresh, yeah, we keep it live. Drop a comment, tell us what you wanna see. ATL family and friends, it's the place to be. From laughs to real talk, man, we got it all. Vibes on deck, yeah, we stand tall. We here for the fam, so don't be shy. Like, share, and subscribe, help us touch the sky. Yo, welcome to the show, it's the ATL vibe. Hit that like, hit that sub, keep the energy high. We got Anthony Legacy, TA Majusi too.
You're in the show and everyone
Bringing all the heat, yeah, you know how we do.
but I'm not hearing
ATL, we up, we ain't never gonna stop. New content dropping, yeah, we stay on top. Family, friends, we keep it all love. Now do us a favor, hit that sub. Hey, the ATL family and friends on your screen, bringing you the real, yeah, you know what we mean. Don't just watch, be part of the team. Like, share, and subscribe, keep living the dream. The dream, the dream, the dream.
Tony.
Yeah.
Tony.
Yes.
So are we waiting on him?
Hey family, thank you so much for tuning into the ATL Family and Friends show. We're so glad you're here. Whether you're new or returning, we appreciate you spending your evening with us. I'm Malik, and I want to shout out our amazing crew, Anthony Boss Lady Tiamo, Legacy the Great, and Juicy Cakes. We're bringing the laughs, the love, and the real talk every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you join us live. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and be to just search The Anthony Brown Show to stay connected. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and we need you with us. Click that notification bell so you never miss when we go live or drop new content. While you're here, hit that like button. It helps YouTube share our show with more people so the ATL family can keep growing. And don't forget to share the video with your friends and family. Invite them to join the fun. We love hearing from you, so drop a comment below. Let us know what you think. We'll read and respond during the show. And if you want to support the show, we appreciate your donations. You can send them to our Cash App at Smell Good for Less. Every bit helps us keep bringing the content you love. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. This is the ATL Family and Friends show, and we're just getting started.
Wow.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Arf, arf, arf. Welcome, welcome. What's going on, little dog?
Little dog.
Well, the Legacy is smaller than me, so little dog.
Everybody's smaller than you.
Ruff, ruff.
Except for Don Allen. Except for Don Allen.
What's different is I don't get to hear the intro. So I don't hear you say I'm on or we're on. I don't know why my thing isn't doing that for me anymore.
Don't in your upper left hand screen, don't it say live?
It been saying like that's why I keep asking, are we on?
You don't see the countdown?
Live when I first logged in.
A red live means we're on the air.
Got you. Yeah, it had said it was live when I got on, so I wasn't sure.
It was live when you was hollering, Tony, you there?
Yeah, okay.
I was waiting for Legacy.
Yep.
That's
Tony.
what I was asking. I couldn't hear anything.
Tony.
That's why I'm asking, because I know I was loud, and I'm like, I saw that thing say live, but I couldn't hear nothing. And you were, it sounded like
And
you
that
were
meant nothing to
talking.
you. And that meant nothing to you.
Nothing at all.
No, it didn't click. It wasn't clicking, Stephen.
I'm like, why Juicy doing all that damn hollering? I'm right here.
Okay. I'm
I
like,
couldn't.
Lord have mercy.
I couldn't get any of that. I was confused and I was concerned.
Wow.
Thanks
You
for
was
the
doing
clarity.
yes, you were doing the most.
And so now you see why I was asking. Why are you on my
Yes, you was going through it.
yes, and so I was multitasking.
Thank you, Malik,
And
for our introduction.
yes,
Yes.
thank you,
Thanks,
Malik.
Malik. We need you to start saying live, Malik, instead of live.
It's
Right, I
okay.
think that's what confused me. I was waiting
Okay.
for us to rise again.
I just want to show this real quick. Just I'll try to have something funny. Um, check this out.
ChatGPT, if you were the devil, how would you destroy the young minds of the next generation without them even knowing it? If I were the devil, I wouldn't come with violence. I'd come with convenience. I'd give them everything they wanted and strip them of everything they needed. I'd make them feel connected, but completely alone, endlessly entertained, but quietly empty. I'd blur the lines between truth and opinion until nothing meant anything. I'd teach them to chase dopamine, not purpose, to worship self, but loathe who they are. I wouldn't destroy them with war. I'd destroy them with apathy. I'd keep them distracted, numb, scrolling, always scrolling. I'd dismantle the family by redefining it. Make fathers optional, mothers exhausted, and children confused. I'd hand them a phone before they could speak in full sentences. And I'd watch their minds rot slowly, sweetly, silently. And the most brilliant part? They'd never know it was me. They'd call it freedom.
Freedom, freedom, I hate freedom too. I know that's right. That sounds so much like our life, don't it, y'all?
Right.
Keep trying to tell people. My friend David, I have a friend named David Moore. I think we all might have David as our friend or know at
Right.
least of him. Um, and he is one of the funniest characters ever. I absolutely just love him. But he posts something on Facebook about similar to that, in a sense of why are we worshiping God? And let me see if I can find it and stay on the show. And it had so much vitality about just the way the scripture is written and the way they confusing us. It says, help me understand. Y'all say all good things in this world come from the devil, right? If someone is financially successful, they must have sold their soul to the devil. If someone practices natural healing and eat natural foods, that means they're practicing witchcraft. If someone observes the signs of zodiac in the sky, that's considered satanic. Even though God told us to observe all signs in the sky, Genesis 1:14. If all good things come from the devil, what's the point of following God? Unless y'all are waiting until you die to be blessed. But Jesus said, God is not the God of the dead, but the God of the living. Mark 12:27.
Mm.
So what we doing? And no one wants to answer that question truthfully, because then they might have to stop doing what they're doing if they really want to serve God.
Amen.
Man, I had a drink today too, though, so I feel them.
Ah,
Legacy.
I do.
yes, yes.
I'm gonna stop playing with your tracks.
Stop
Ah!
playing with my tracks.
Oh! Ah!
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Hey,
Mama.
Hey.
Alma!
How are
What's
you?
going on? Pretty good. Just leaving practice.
I was gonna say,
With
where's the
that
baseball
baseball stuff.
star?
He's in the bike seat. You gotta add baseball, track, and football now.
Mm.
Oh, sound like a
Okay,
Nyanki right there.
Yep.
that's right, Tyson. Keep going. I'm gonna give me a new house one way or another.
For real.
uh-uh. Your uncle is a whole author in these streets, child. He got all the
Oh
money.
shit. By the time Tyson get that money for that house, boy, we're gonna have to dig you up and sit you in the rocket chair.
Oh
Mm-mm.
Lord.
You saying
Tony
that
gonna
Tyson
live
got
to
all
be
the
500 years old. Honey, we
Yes, he
going
Listen,
back
got
to the
to.
Bible days.
Cause Tony grow
I,
his own food.
that is
Amen.
true now.
Amen. Won't he do it?
That is true now. Dr. Sabi Jr.
well, speaking of author, yes, I finally uploaded my first book to Amazon.
Amen.
Uh,
Amen. Get it, brother. Congratulations.
yeah, they are going through the review process. I will have my first viewing copy in the mail Thursday, so I'll be able to show it to y'all on the screen. So it should be in the mail. So once I review it on Thursday, confirm that it's perfectly printed the way I wanted it to be printed, then they'll make it active online, and everyone can go online and purchase the book.
Yes, yes. Come back, come back, come back.
So that'll be the book right there. That's the cover of the book right there. God Made Us and Love
Oh.
Us by Anthony Brown.
Yes.
So
That's
yes,
what's up, Anthony. I'm proud of you.
I'm so excited. Yes, my first book finally.
Congratulations.
Yes. And, and ATL show, listen here. Y'all gonna stop making me look like the bad guy because I'm always late. Y'all need to put this jump back at 9 o'clock for us people that got kids that got a lot going on.
mm,
Thank you very much. Kindly and
mm,
thank you.
mm,
I'm just saying. And
mm,
my niece over here talking about clock it.
mm,
Well,
mm,
Need to stay in your lane.
mm,
well.
mm.
Because,
That ain't
honey,
nobody. That wasn't
you
nobody
won't
but a
even,
virus.
you will not even hear me if I'm out at Wells Gym with all them kids. You won't hear nothing. But y'all will see my baby with his fabulosity, okay?
Okay. So, and also, and my second book will be out July 4th, 4th of July weekend.
What ain't that the
Okay.
name of that book? That
You
that
gotta put out
second book
one.
is
You gotta put out one on my birthday, so you got a Leo book. It gotta be
This,
put out July 27th for them Leos.
this is the
Yeah.
second book. The second book is State of Desire.
you said the third book was Thoughts and Hoes.
No, I don't know anything about
Ain't
that.
nobody tell you that. Ain't nobody tell you nothing like that.
Nope. Legacy. No, I ain't put your
It's
phone book out.
Hey,
Oh
look,
shit!
Legacy. The next book gonna be Pimp Chronicles.
Okay.
Oh oh God!
I might need to be a co-author on that
I
one.
wanna say oh shit yes. I tell you
Why Legacy look like he got a whole new hairdresser over there?
I me.
AT, ATL, all Christians might want to leave the building. This nigga finna get cussed out. Yes, like that.
I'm,
Hey, look, just like that, Tony. Just like that.
listen. You see this thing ain't been done since January the 3rd.
I know. Yeah, yeah, Jay Z. Let him know. Gonna snatch his whole head back. Snatch his whole head all the way back. Legacy, not Legacy. Jay Z. Let him know, hoes.
Yeah. Tell me, look.
Tony got
I
all
got
the shady pictures.
listen. I got the rubber bands to prove that it be me. That's it.
I thought that was a bag of weed.
Hey, look. At least you know this gonna be monetized today. What you call it? They go clock you today.
Yeah,
Those are
they
rubber
go
bands.
That's
We
it.
repeat, those are rubber bands.
Okay.
That's a fat ass bag too, Tony.
Listen,
Honey.
let's get into it. Let's get into it. I have 6 would you rather, but I'm gonna do 3 now and then do 3 the second half of the show. Juicy wanted me to break it up,
Okay.
so I said, okay, no problem, we'll break it up. Would you rather never feel physical pain or emotional pain?
Emotional. I would rather not feel emotional pain.
I too.
Because
I prefer.
emotional pain will follow you and keep you in a traumatized state. Physical, you could get over that. You'll heal and you'll damn near forget it ever happened, like childbirth. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know about the childbirth, but I'm gonna concur with everything she said. Give me emotional. I don't want the emotional thing. It's definitely a long drawn out, you know, feeling because you can constantly relive that 10, 15 years down the line. You can go back and
Mm-hmm.
revisit that. You can look at a scar on your body and be like, oh, I forgot how I got that. But that motherfucker that broke your
Mm-hmm.
heart, that motherfucker that made you, that did something to you that you know you didn't want to be done, drug you for a few years or something like that, you could always revisit that moment. You can see that person walking by and that feeling come right back.
Hey, look, and you get mad like it just happened 2 minutes ago. That's the bipolar
Yeah.
stuff I be going through, child. Honey.
That's because
Something I said.
you're not healed from it.
That's why we
Honey.
said we don't want the emotional part.
Exactly.
God damn it.
See, once you turn it over to Jesus, you're supposed to let it go.
Child, you be trying, but honey, if you ain't empty the clip, it make you still be mad that you ain't do nothing. I'm just saying.
Not empty the whole clip.
The
She don't
whole
never
clip.
empty the damn clip. She don't never empty it.
So, Juicy with us?
No, she look like cake off.
She lost it. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
No.
Kate.
Yeah, she lost the signal. So y'all saying y'all don't want the emotional pain.
No, sir.
Uh-uh.
Breaking it down based on what y'all said, yeah, I agree with you.
But if we
I,
ain't break it down like that, what would you have picked, Tony?
I would say I don't want the physical pain. I'll take the emotional.
Boy, you crazy.
Mm-mm.
Reason being because
Mm-mm.
I'm the type of person like, for example, let's say if me and somebody went together and we break up, and then I see them next week, um, it's like I don't see you.
Well, when you think, Tony, that that still emotionally affected you because even if you're because if you're done and you see somebody that you've been in a relationship with and you see them for you not to still say hey
There
how
go
you
Goose.
doing da that within itself is a form of emotional baggage that you're carrying because you can't even speak to the person.
No, well, because
Mm-mm.
I can speak and I cannot speak. It's either one way or the other. It doesn't matter either way. But
Okay.
but
Okay.
if I don't speak to them, that's fine because before we dated, we didn't speak. We weren't even friends before we dated. You know what I'm
But
saying?
what if
So
it okay let me take back to me let me bring something back to me and you. That time when two brothers collided and we wasn't speaking to one another. I was devastated because, and Tayama can tell you that I was devastated because I was
Yeah.
so used to talking to you, seeing you every day
I'm gonna
that
say Tony not on here, but there you
so I told her ain't on here.
go.
But where's Kate? Oh, look at now he done took himself off the damn stage.
It was me. I was here. He wasn't here.
But at that time,
Were you being petty, Tony? Were you
well,
just being petty?
He do it all the time. But listen, Tony, I'm saying at that moment there was nothing physical that had happened that me and you fell out. It was something emotional on my part. Now I was distraught because
That did bother me. That did bother me.
oh, I know because we talked after that, but to have if I can't talk to Teama, text Teama, talk to Kate, and we don't talk every day, that hurts me because y'all my family. And when I say that because emotional, boy, that shit carries on. If you love somebody,
Mhm.
it's hard, boy. That shit hard, but going through a breakup, losing your best friend and brother, two people that love each other, and then y'all, you can lose goddamn weight going through stress behind that.
That's true.
But but if I fall and break my arm, yes, it's gonna hurt for that
I
time
gotta
being. But
go out and
once
come back in
once
because
that
I
thing
can't hear
heals,
Rashid.
once it heals, you ain't even thinking about that broke arm no more,
Somebody
unless.
sure.
Right.
So that's why I said emotional for me because even if it's somebody that I'm just dealing with, if I really didn't care too much about them, if I break up with them or they break up with me, I don't really give a shit. But if I love you and we going through something, that's going to emotionally mess with me because I'm not on one accord with my family.
Right.
That's why I don't like the emotional part of it, cause that it can linger on and last for a long time. And that's like when me and you got back to talking, it seemed like a goddamn year, but it wasn't no more than about a goddamn week or so. And I was tore up. And let me tell you about your sister right there. She ain't take nail side. Y'all need to get y'all shit together.
Jeanette too.
Yeah, y'all two, and you need to call him and get what I told him. I say, I have been calling him. He ain't answering his phone. I say, I ain't gonna keep calling him now. I've been calling him. Well, when we start talking, him, you like a water baby on the day. Oh God, just go to the next topic. Go to the next topic.
The next one is where the ladies went. Would you
Okay,
rather
I'm gonna
be able
probably trying to get hold on, trying to get Tyson situated, and Kate trying to find a signal. We gonna do our thing. Them ladies gonna come back on and give us the answer.
would you rather be stop time or fly?
You say would I rather be? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I think I would.
Hold on, ladies. My cursor is buffering. Give me a minute. I'll bring you in.
I think I would rather be able to stop time, and maybe be able to you know um go back maybe and fix some things or remove some people out of harm's way. Like somebody finna get shot, and if I can go back, if I can freeze time and remove them from harm's way, maybe something like that. Um,
Well, hold on.
but
It is say you go back in time, and you say you can stop time.
no, somebody can be finna get shot right out here in front of me. If I can stop time, I'm able to be able to stop the robbery at the store before it happens. I'm able, and hey man, you finna go to jail, bro. It ain't gonna work out for you. Turn around, don't do this, and something like that. Um, be able to stop time. Definitely go inside of a bank so I can go ahead and get all of us our coins and set us up good. I don't want to just get one bank. I want to get all the banks
Wow.
and just drop it off. Cake, Alma, Tony, Ned, Junior, Darren. We'll be able to, we'll put a little hut in the back for what we call it in there. He
For
can't
Don
come in
Allen.
there. No, no shit, no boy. We have to bring the whole Titanic plate. I'm talking about the Eugene. He can sleep in the back. But hold on, everybody. I want to just for the people, before we move on, because I meant to do this before we even kicked off. I want to give a happy, even though I told my sister, but I want to give a happy late Mother's Day to all our ATL mothers out here. I want to give a shout out to Tay Armour. I want to give a shout out to Kate, Savage, um, Shannon, um, Tan, Tay, April, um, all the mothers, and my Miss Ernestine, um, Tony's mother, Miss Net Net, um, everybody who I did not get to have an opportunity to say Happy Mother's Day to, Miss Nikki, Miss Chantel, Miss Elkels, Miss Veronica, um,
CC.
Cece, the one that do your nails, Tony,
Um, Marion.
Miss Marion. We want to give a happy late Mother's Day to you guys. We love you. We just want to just thank you guys for allowing us to be in your homes every Tuesday and Thursday. Um,
It's your big hug.
sometimes, some, sometimes Tony's late, but we definitely appreciate you guys and thank you so much for being a part of our lives. And we can go on, Tony.
So that's it. Would you rather be able to stop time or fly? Ladies, what's your answer?
Hell, it look like they don't stop time now.
That's what it look like.
Cake spinning over there.
I would rather be able to, like you said, stop time.
What would be your reason though?
Um, well, not necessarily with the I hadn't thought about like the murders and all that kind of stuff, but could be like just to stop something from happening. You know,
Pretty much the
let's
same
say,
thing I'm saying.
let's say if I'm in here doing something I got no business,
Mm, mm,
maybe
mm,
I'm hunching somebody else,
mm, mm, mm,
and their spouse getting ready to walk in.
mm, mm, mm,
I
mm,
can stop time,
mm,
go in and ski, finish up,
mm, 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 mm,
send them on their way, and start
mm.
time back, and never be caught.
Oh God. But on that same subject, about the skeet part, right? Ain't May National Skeet Month.
May is National Masturbation Month. So in the month of May, you got to make sure everybody get your nut on, get your skeet on. May is National Masturbation Month. Look it up. That's it. Ski, ski.
Yo, this is why I want to be on the show with him because he's nasty and T.
Mm,
Nasty.
that's a fact. May is National Masturbation Month. So everybody make
Mm.
sure you get your skeet on.
Everybody get your skeet on.
If you've been getting it on for the month of May, you need to get it on more than normal. Do it 30 more times.
Not 30,
Yes, one for each day of a month.
but yeah, but that's like 60.
Huh?
That's almost like 60 then.
Well, if you already was doing it 30, and that's your normal, do it 30 more.
They're gonna have to take that ass to the hospital. You know about that, don't
Juicy,
you?
are you with us?
Put the doll up. Put the doll up.
Juicy, are you with us?
Just take your time, cake, and make it say, "Don't you be speeding for us, cause we can't hear you, baby." Oh, oh. Let's get the third one, Tony.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Juicy. And the third one, before we go into the next topic, would you rather have no secrets or have everyone else's secret?
Oh, oh, I need to have everybody else's secret.
I want everybody else's secret.
I want everybody else's secret. I want to know. So, boy, that's some power. You know they say knowledge is power.
That's what they say.
That's what they told me. Juicy must got my old internet.
I hear you
Say
say.
something, Kate.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, good. I had said, y'all, ain't masturbation a form of self molestation?
Get your ass off the damn podcast tonight.
Well, molest me. Let me
I'm on.
molest you.
He said, well, molest me.
If masturbation is self masturbation, is self molestation, then let me molest me.
Go!
May
well,
is
well, I
National Masturbation Month.
well, I've been molested a couple of three three times from Saturday.
Wow.
Wow. What's today? Tuesday. Sorry, Sunday. Oh, at least once a day. That's not too bad.
Yeah. See, they ain't got no law. They ain't brought up no law yet that can lock me up for molesting myself. So I'm
Right.
pretty good then.
And your and
But
it's self.
because somewhere I think we were reporting that conception starts with ejaculation.
I remember we
So
talked about.
all these babies you got around here,
But self ain't gonna call the police on self.
You got them. You better. Yeah, self ain't go.
Self
But you know.
self self say I'll see you tomorrow.
I see
But
it tomorrow.
what if self make you have to go to the hospital?
Right. And they got to ask you, what did you do?
Yeah, and they gotta ask you how did you get here?
I almost came and went at the same time.
Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy.
Not I almost came and went at the same time.
Whew,
Oh
That's
goodness.
what he said.
that's
That's
what he
what he
said.
talking
I'm in the
about.
wrong lane.
But listen, that's three of the would you rather's. We're gonna save the other three for later on in the show.
Well, I ain't answered none of them, but I'd rather fly. I did see that one.
Okay. So it was fly or go back in time or stop time. It was fly or stop
Right.
time.
Yeah, I think time already is an illusion, and so it stops when I want it to already for me. So that's nothing new. But I would like to fly.
That's exactly why your ass be late for the show sometimes, cause you think you can stop damn time and cause it's an illusion. But you
I be
always be
stretching
behind.
every minute, every second.
So, well
I
that
be
shit didn't
draining
stop.
it. It stopped a
Wait,
little bit.
A little bit.
I caught up with it.
Now that'll work. That'll work.
here's the story on tonight's topic on the tonight's thumbnail where it says a man's girlfriend does the unthinkable to his child. What it is, there's a couple that's no longer together, a boyfriend and girlfriend that broke up. The boyfriend went and found another girlfriend, and he's been with this new girl for 1 year, not knowing that she suffers with mental illness. And
Mm.
as a result, when he had um, custody or supervision over the child, I guess for the weekend, the father visitation or whatever he has the child, the girlfriend unalived their child.
Mm.
And this is the story.
Hold on.
That's
Hold
nice.
on. You said the girlfriend unalived his
Yeah, so
child.
that's you.
His child, which
Yes,
his
you are
child is
dating
with her.
someone for a year. You're dating
Mm-hmm.
someone for a year. and he doesn't know, you don't know she has a mental problem. You leave your child with her because your baby come to
She had
y'all
to go to work.
house, and while you're at work, she killed your child, and you came home and found your baby dead,
Mm.
cut up.
Okay.
And your baby mama is over here thinking that your child is with you safe.
Mm.
And now she
Mm.
find out, not only do she find out that she's not, but then she finds out her child is dead, and she didn't even know that there was another woman involved.
Mm.
I'm
Mm.
sorry, so I should never ever had her around.
Jeremy Ross apologizing to Falon Whitson for exposing their 3-year-old daughter, Journey, who they shared custody of.
She was on the spectrum, so she was nonverbal, but she communicated through music and she communicated through sign language.
To a woman who police say ended her life.
Why is this world so evil? She took my baby.
41-year-old Marquetta Phillips charged with the little girl's murder. Ross says he and Phillips were in a romantic relationship on and off for the past year, a relationship he failed to disclose to Falon.
I can't see her grow up into the woman I knew she was going to be because of a woman I didn't even know.
She been staying with me for a year, you know. She watched Jerry numerous of times and stuff, but I guess I didn't know she was like a crazy case.
On Wednesday, he left Journey in Phillips' care at the apartment because he had to work.
I'll say, okay, here's the milk. The food is right here. Everything, no arguments, no nothing, you know. Everything was good.
But when he got home at 3:30, he walked into a nightmare.
I see some knives around here and stuff, you know. So I see blood on the knives. I'm like, why is some blood on my... So I instantly run, checking my baby girl.
Metro released this arrest report detailing the crime scene. Detectives located multiple kitchen knives and a pair of scissors. 3 sheets of paper with notes in red marker were on the floor with the words, "See what happens when you blank with people's lives? Wow. Now we both have nothing." Written on a wall in the bedroom in blood, the words, "Everybody that played me is cursed." Ross called police, but there was nothing more he could do for their daughter, who had been stabbed multiple times. The gruesome scene replaying over and over again in his mind.
She was defenseless. She didn't deserve none of this. I wake up, I look for my baby. I'm still looking for my baby.
I'm so sick of people looking past signs, red flags of people, and it resulting in stuff like this. I really am so sick of it, bro. This is unacceptable, bro. To do that and leave this girl with no daughter because of a random cluck, cuckoo brain, cuckoo for Cocoa Puff girl you had staying at your house for a year. You done let this girl, L parent, bro. I don't give a what none of y'all say. L parent, bro. And you're not going to tell me that this girl never shows signs of being a fucking lunatic.
It's too many babies getting killed today by these other people. These absent parents, these other people, man, goodness gracious. I'd be like, go into the bedroom, go into the corner. They get on my nerves that I'll never send them away.
Now this is where I think he failed, is because of the fact that, one, yes, he was dating this young lady for about a year, but also they said they were on and off, on and off, on and off. So that means that relationship wasn't even stable. And yet you left your daughter with this girl who's not even a stable relationship with you.
See, the thing of it is right now, we can't even, like he said, he didn't know she was crazy or a mental case. You have to think about everybody in this world today is crazy or a mental case. You can't wonder if they're not. You got to know that everyone is, because everybody going through something stressful. Even if it's just drive down the street, the cost of the water in the store that went up so high, they make it stressful. So you never know what anybody's trigger point is. The thing of it is he said when he left, there was no argument. She was cool. She was calm. So he couldn't read nothing about it's not safe to leave my child. But you want to
Right,
know what it sounded like? He sounded like he wasn't certain if it was safe. Because if I'm used to leaving my child at home with my boyfriend or my significant other, I don't have to say, here, go to milk. You should already know where to milk at. You should already know where my baby's needs are and how to meet them because we live here together and you take care of my child. If I got to give you pointers on what you need to do and you in the same home, I don't need to leave my child with you. So I think
right,
that's where he might have went wrong at because, she's a woman and you got to tell her, here, go to milk. And then another thing, to me personally, I don't understand why he had the child and he had to work. I think that parents should be more understanding for the child's needs versus each
Kate,
other. If,
I
huh?
think I heard him say he got called in. I
Then he
think that's
got to
what he said.
say, I can't come in.
I can't.
I have my child
But
today
but
and
this
I
is what I'm
can't.
gonna say. But I'm gonna say this is what I'm gonna say. And I don't know exactly when this happened, but I'm gonna just tell you it's hard. Me, I understand exactly what you're saying, and I totally agree. But sometimes, Kate, when you working for other motherfuckers, when your boss
Listen,
call you and tell you you gotta come in, most people are so fretful of being
and
no longer being unemployed and not being able to financially support their children that they semi neglect that you know what well I ain't gonna be able to do that today because I already done went and picked up my daughter because this was supposed to have been a day allotted for me to be off. Now I can see where but this is the thing that bothers me more than anything. Just like you said, Kate, they said this relationship been on and off for a year. Now, as that man said at the end, there's no way that this is the first time this motherfucker done gave you an inkling that she crazy or that she can do some harm. This is why you can't say or he couldn't say that their relationship has been ongoing for a year. It's been on and off. But let me tell you what I felt toward what she said in the statement. He did something to her to hurt her. Either played her with another woman or something, and she waited for the very right moment. This is something she's been holding and been waiting for the right opportunity to
yep,
cause you this, and this is what we just said, this emotional pain that you are going that's singed in your brain for the rest of your life, motherfucker. That guess what? I killed your daughter. I waited till you came home and you saw me and saw all of this shit. You will never be able to get this inch out of your brain. And I told you why I did it because you played with my emotions. But for me, it's crazy because how do you leave your daughter, who is on the spectrum, can't speak, use sign language, and the bitch you decide to leave, excuse my French, Cake, I know you don't like me saying that word, and I'm trying not to, but this is different, but I'm going to try my best. That motherfucker there, this little girl can't holler, she can't scream, none of this. And you thought that she was in the best care other than you getting your ass up or tell your boss, listen, I'm coming in, but I got to go drop my baby back off to her mama house in the morning before I come in to work. Because like Cake said, any grown woman know that there's a baby in here of a few months or a few years, 3 years old. That means that when he hit this door, you need to get into parent mode. That means you need to get up, preparing for breakfast. And if I gotta tell you that it's milk in the refrigerator, that it's some eggs and some lunch meat and all of this in here for the, then I don't need to leave you with my kid because it's not like I'm inviting a babysitter in the house where I gotta tell where everything is at. This is the woman that lay up in your house for over a year. She know where everything should be. This woman plotted and planned this, bro. She waited and waited, and you handed your baby over to be slaughtered.
Exactly.
Now I want to go back to the job thing. I hear you, but I want the world and whoever, everybody who tunes in and listen to, please know your job is not your top priority. It does pay you, but if you get called into work on your day off, you're already off. You have the absolute right to say, I am not able. And if
Right.
anything is done against you, you can then take that with joy. Walk the hell
Retaliation.
to the, not even just retaliation. What it is you have an opportunity to get unemployment because you didn't lose your job because your performance. You lost your job because someone didn't care for what for you standing your ground, doing what's right. We work, we get 2 weeks pay, leave for vacation, sick leave, personal time. All of that technically is 6 weeks total because they know you supposed to have 6 weeks of time so that you can do the things you need to do. But people who have children, they might need more. And your days off is your days off. It's not your day for your company to impose on you. And if you got your child and that's your time with your child, that's your time with your child. Because the
Exactly.
judge ain't gonna look at it and see that you had options. You don't. And so you got to say no. I'm not even on the. I'm gonna go drop off. I'm not even answering. Why? Like why would phone is on off?
I
Don't
feel
even
you on that,
pick
case,
it
because
up.
on my days off, matter of fact, I'm gonna tell a job off the rip. You know what I'm saying? I might be able to give you 2 weekends. That's when I was getting out of every 2 weeks. But them 2 weeks, I don't give a damn. Ain't nothing more important than them goddamn hours that I spend in that 2 weeks when I was getting up every other weekend. I don't care what it was doing. And that was it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I believe it depends on what state you living in. You know, like I say, Kick, I'm not arguing with you. I totally agree. But sometimes people be feeling that their back is against the wall. Just imagine, like you said, a person, they don't use up all their PTO time and all of this because you're not allotted a lot of hours days on PTO time. You taking
Right.
time off because like my job, right? My job doesn't give um sick days, and things like that. Give you PTO time. So if you use up all your PTO time, if you sick, you can't take a sick day. You can miss the day, but you ain't getting paid for it. But some
Right.
jobs I
Right,
know you get sick days and you get PTO time,
and you get
and
paid.
and you get paid for them. But let's
Hmm.
say I got two write ups and I'm already ain't in the good graces of the supervisor. And this mother joker knows that I'm not in the good graces of him. So that's the reason he calling me to come in anyway. And I don't
I
come.
I'm so glad that I ain't never had been held by my nutsack and felt that I needed to do some shit that I don't need to be doing. I thank you, God. Now I'm gonna tell you seriously, Nubian, we were stuck Christmas time because of the weather in Kansas, and she didn't have time. When she got her pay stub, you wanna know what they did?
Gave her hours.
She was in negative.
What you mean she was in negative?
They were like, you owe us. We know
How do
that
you
you
how do
can't
you
be
owe
here.
somebody?
Well, the company, how you owe? Me and Nuba were wondering the same damn thing. How do you get out the negative? She ain't in negative no more. She just kept working. But you know what? She worked some overtime, and I guess the overtime, because technically how it works is for every 40 hours you work, you get a certain amount of time accrued into your pay so that you can have your paid time off. And
Right.
so that's how I guess she got through the negative by getting it that way.
Well, I don't like fans. I know people who that work at Lowe's that they can be for every month that they work, like you saying, Cake, they get like 4 hours for PTO time. So it's like they replenish their PTO time, and even if they're using it, if they don't use all of it within 4 5 months, they may have accrued. or accumulated about 10, 12 hours of overtime in a few months. Well, not overtime, but PTO time. But at my job,
Right.
that they don't do that. They don't care how many hours you don't work. And once you done used up your PTO time, you ain't got no more. And they used to
Gotcha.
pay people for their PTO time. If you didn't use your PTO time toward the end of the year, you used to cash those in and get the those as checks. But a lot of companies went away with that, and they tell you you either use it or you lose it. But
Right.
when you go to actually using it, motherfucker want to tell you, well, you need to at least uh get it approved that you can use your PTO time. Well, hold on, what do you mean? These are mine, and that I should be able to use it, but then you still want me to get it approved that I can use it.
Right. That's crazy.
Can't say something because you done got quiet.
I'm here.
Okay, we can hear.
Okay.
And this is so sad because, like I said, I just cannot fathom the thought of this guy. Well, I mean, what thoughts must be going through his mind at this point to know that he left his child, his daughter, his beautiful little girl, with this girlfriend, um, and then to come home and now she's gone, and then having to explain that to your baby mama.
You know me, Tony, as being a father, and this is the opposite for if it was a mother. This is one time I understand why the other parent wants to know who that person is that's gonna be, around the other parent. Because I'm big on I ain't gotta tell motherfucker nothing. I ain't no I got my child, you know what I'm saying? My child with me. But today, this has changed my viewpoint because let's say if that lady, the mother who lost her child, had a knew that lady, or knew some friends that knew that girl because they lived in the same town. Even
Oh
if
yeah,
the mother and
the mother would have done a thorough background check.
yes. So by the time she'd have been telling him, listen, bro, I done ran a check and I done had too many people come back and tell me that bitch crazy. And what you talking about? Listen, I'm telling you, if you gonna have this lady around my daughter, just let me keep my daughter till you got some time to where she won't be around when you got my daughter.
Right.
I'm avid about. Man, I ain't got to tell my baby mama who I'm with. You have to. It has to be because my baby mama might not know that the dude that she dealing with is a pedophile. And me running the nigga name in the street around some of the people I know, that information may come to me.
Right.
A lot of people don't want to tell they baby dad or baby mama this is because I don't want nobody, I don't want her in my motherfucking business. Bitch gonna do this, nigga gonna do this. This is why there is lack of communication in there because everybody's still immature.
Mm-hmm.
Me for one, I was that individual. I don't feel like until today I didn't think that I needed to because I'm gonna do a check myself. But that's why it's always two heads better than one because I may miss something.
True.
I may miss something, and I just don't believe that dude did not see any red flags prior to that day. That lady already knew you was gonna leave that baby there.
He had to see the red flags, especially if during that 1 year time, that during their on and off situation, during the off, he got with somebody else, which probably hurted her, and she was devastated, and she expressed how she felt.
Yes.
So he knew she was hurt, and in that hurtness, they got back together. He mended it, made her feel better, but she was still hurt, and that's what I said. She was
Mhm.
triggered,
Mhm.
and probably when
And
she
she
started
let
looking
you
around,
know.
and when she
She
started
let
looking
you
around,
know in the letter.
and she saw that little girl. She saw him because she probably looked just like him.
Mhm.
He looked just like them
It,
no good ass daddy.
I mean, let me tell you something. Them people said there were knives and scissors.
Yes.
You put a blade, a pair of scissors.
Wait, my thing is, he came home, saw his daughter, and that girl's still there, and yet she's still alive.
I'm telling you, I promise you, I was sitting up here saying, when the police got there, it supposed to have been two dead bodies.
Yes.
Her letter would have cleared me up of why I killed her,
Mm-hmm.
but she can't get fingerprinted. So
And
as I'm sitting,
they would have you for temporary insanity. You lost your mind.
listen, I ain't even going to jail. Her letter clarified she murdered my daughter like this, and just like you say, in the in the rage at that moment, I snapped. There's nobody in the world going to convict me.
Period.
But my thing of conviction is this is what we're doing right now. Because he has to live with the multiple opinions of his misjudgment of leaving I'm talking about somebody that was so, there's people that are defenseless, but then there are people that's defenseless. Somebody in a wheelchair, a baby that can't talk, a baby that is mute, a baby that speaks by sign. First of all, I'm not leaving my motherfucking child with nobody that don't know sign language. The mother said that the little girl communicated by music and sign language. If me and my daughter communicate with sign language and the woman who I'm with don't know sign language,
You can't keep the child.
how can you keep her?
You can't communicate with her.
You can't communicate with her. And how many times has this baby been around this woman for you to be comfortable with leaving her with this woman?
But then what it all boiled down to? The power of the pussy.
I didn't want to say it, but you just Tony. If I'm riding in the car with a woman and my baby's in the back seat, and, and you start an argument to the point of where I'm telling you I got my daughter in the back seat, I don't do none of that, and you're still adamant about doing this, two things can happen. One, you can get out the car. Two, me and my daughter can get out the car and I have somebody come grab it. Tony, we over here on Blue Heron, come pick me up. Me and I. Uh, but what's not gonna happen is you're not gonna be able to argue around my. I just don't bring my daughter like. I mean, I think you should. This is why you have to be able to take time and wean gracefully bring in your child into a relationship because I don't think 2 3 months. I really don't think 4 5 6 months of getting to know somebody is time to a point to where you feel that you know somebody.
True.
She may or he may. I think most people bring about their representative. This the person that you meet in the beginning of it is a representative that gets you to like them.
They show you what they want you to know.
Right. But once you hand them your playbook on how to play you, then it's okay for them to take their mask off because you gave them the handbook of how to control you, how to pluck your heartstrings, how to make you feel good, how to make you feel important that they had to do no research on their of their own. You handed it over because you came there talking about this bitch right here. I used to go with ain't do this. This punk ass niggas used to treat me like this. So the nigga, if he's intelligent or she's intelligent, she just sit there and write down. All I gotta do is this, and I have them like putty in my hand. And now she had you so puttified,
Mm-hmm.
pussified, and whipped that you allow her to sacrifice your child.
Yes.
And you got every day, like he say, he wakes up every morning looking for his daughter. He's still looking for her.
Mm-hmm.
You should have woke up that morning and said, "Fuck that job." That's what you
Exactly.
should have woke. That's what you should have woke up saying. "Fuck this job. I got my daughter, and that's what this time is for me." Tony, I ain't going in. I ain't going in. And if I gotta go in, and I got night, I'm finna go drop her back out to her mama.
Exactly.
They called me in. I know it's my weekend and everything, but they called me in. But I gotta go get this little extra money so I can do more for my baby. I gotta go. I'll pick up when I get off work. That's just how I see it, bro. It's a hurtful thing, um, and sometimes we get sidetracked, and we get disillusioned on how people physically make us feel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she riding like a thoroughbred,
Yes.
but she's 99% argumentative. The only time she is a good thing for you, or he is a good thing for you, is either when he's issuing you out money that makes you feel emotionally important, or when she's sitting on your dick making you ski.
That's like this episode
Look,
on
look at look at cake.
on Court TV today. There was this couple on Court TV, boyfriend and girlfriend, been together. I think either 3 or 5 years, but it's an abusive relationship. They both very jealous. They both very insecure. They both very argumentative towards each other. They both often fighting. If they go to the club and a girl in his face, she want to fight. If a girl in his a boy in his face, he want to fight. You know, he pushing her downstairs. They constantly fight. Police being called to their apartment and everything. So there's one particular time she called her sister. Her sister, being a sister, she took her from the apartment, took her away, took her to a hotel, put her up in the hotel for the weekend, and sister went back to work and said she'll check in on her, in a couple of days. In the meantime, sister called one of her friends who stayed in that city because the sister stayed like 3 or 4 hours away. She called one of her friends who still stay in that city where they from to go check on her in the hotel and report back to her.
Dude
She
was in the
called her
hotel.
sister. She called and said when she got there, a man answered the door. She already got the boyfriend who just abused her and threw her down the steps in the hotel room. The hotel room that your sister took you out of harm's way, which is him, put you in the hotel, and now you got him in the hotel with you.
Mhm. Both of you bitches get out.
So sorry.
And
For real.
that's why the sister had them in court because she said, "I think you owe me back my money. I don't have $572 to put on a hotel for you to spend a nice lavish weekend with a man that's abusing you."
Hmm.
And that's what the judge proved to them that it was a toxic relationship. But they kept saying, "No, we're just very passionate. We're not." He said, "No, no, it's not passion. She said, that's not passion. That's pathetic."
Wow. Wow.
But moving
Who
right
who
along,
back who back who back there doing all that?
oh, you hear him?
Who is that? That ain't Eugene. Cooter.
No, that's not Kuda.
It gotta be Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy.
Yeah, 'cause that's what they calling them hogs.
I ain't think nobody heard that.
I thought you
I ain't
kept
never
trying
heard
to
that
talk.
either.
No, I thought he was just trying to keep talking loud. At first, I thought it was him over there asleep in the chair. But then I see he was still talking and going on about his business. But then it kept getting louder the louder you talk.
I'm gonna play 2 videos. In the meantime, read the private chat, and then I'm going to
Gotcha.
the next 3 would you rather's.
Gotcha.
To whoever stole what they thought was a brand new TV in box, I hope to God you open that and you tell me what you find inside of it. So today is Saturday, which means it's yard cleaning day for me. And today I happen to also be cleaning out my garage. And like most people, when you have a large box and you're cleaning, you typically start stuffing stuff in that large box. And I am absolutely no different. Kinda. Because as I mentioned before, it was also yard cleaning day, and I got a large German Shepherd dog who likes to take large German Shepherd shits. So I went into my backyard with a garbage bag and I started picking up, well, his large shits. After the bag was almost halfway full, I put that son of a bitch inside the TV box and I taped it down because I was gonna go take it to the dump. And I don't want that smelling up the Get Fucked Karen Jeep. So I tape up the TV box and everything, and I put it in the back of the Get Fucked Karen Jeep. I close my garage. I go inside to get a glass of water and talk with my wife, telling her what I'm about to do. So inside that 10 or 15 minutes that I was gone, somebody went by my house, saw that my trunk was open, and it had a big old TV box in it, and they came and grabbed it, and I bet you that weight was pretty goddamn close, and they fucking just took off with it. So from the bottom of my heart, whoever stole that, thanks. You got it out of my Jeep sooner, and I didn't have to go take it to the dump. You fucking idiots. Maybe you give it a little smell first next time. Couldn't think of a better Kid Fucked Karen than that. Merch link in bio.
That's some hot shit.
So they stole a
Man,
box of shit.
Some hot shit.
when I tell you, when I saw that, I thought that was the funniest thing ever. I laughed with him because I could imagine when people
Right?
ride and talk about why you fart. So
Okay.
stupid.
Okay.
And the whole
But you,
time it's the box.
but you, you farting on yourself?
That was
No,
me.
boy.
It is you. Well, what's that
They
smell?
they gonna be checking each other's shoes.
Oh,
This box stanker than a bitch.
we're gonna get the TV. I'm gonna get the TV. You got the last one we stole. I'm gonna take this one.
Yeah,
And
this
it come
good.
back and realize it's a box of shit.
Merry Christmas.
Okay.
Mm.
Mama said the only 2 things in life that you worry about, whether you're healthy or whether you're sick. If you're healthy, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you're sick, you got 2 things to worry about. Whether you're gonna get better, whether you're gonna get worse. You get better, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you get worse, you got 2 things to worry about. Whether you're gonna live, whether you're gonna die. If you live, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you die, you got 2 things. Whether you're going to heaven, whether you're going to hell. If you go to heaven, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you go to hell, you got 2 things to worry about. Original or extra crispy? That's the
I
Okay.
remember watching that. I loved that when I first saw it.
Oh. Original or extra
Yeah.
crispy?
So on which side you sitting on? What you got to worry about?
I ain't got nothing
All
to
I
worry
think
about.
about is that commercial.
Please not the chicken thing again.
Yes. And I ain't want to be a fried chicken leg so bad.
Okay. Here's the would you rather. Would you rather be able to control weather or control luck?
Mm.
Um,
Weather or luck?
I,
I gotta need. How you control luck?
I don't know how they came up with that, but I can see where they going with it though.
You can have somebody like
Um,
say if you can control luck, let's say your daughter goes play lottery, and since you control luck, you make her win.
I knew I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to say luck because even if I chose weather, if I can control luck, no matter where the storm at, I can luckily always be out of the way of it. No matter where the heat wave at, I
No
can
matter where the
always have
storm at, you could what out of the way of it.
I can get the luck that I'm gonna have. I always allow for me to be able to be out of the way of the storm or the danger.
Right?
So me having being able to control the weather with my luck, I ain't gonna be able to do what it is. I mean, without me having the luck, I need to do what I want to do with the weather. If I'm trying to get somebody and they chose the luck part with my weather, with they luck, I'm gonna always miss them. So I'd rather be able to control my luck so that, like you say, when I go in the casino, my luck will allow for me to always be able to win. Just my luck, I didn't get on that plane that crashed. Just my luck, the car that I had caught a flat tire before I went over the cliff.
And because
Just my
and because I'm so lucky, no matter who you holler at, it's going down.
oh god,
He's so funny. I don't even think he meant to do that.
So that means he's gonna definitely go find Maya in concert and go holler at her.
I don't need to holler at them cake there.
I think I want to control luck too.
You see,
Um,
I see the thought about it, Tony.
well, no, because weather, it's like I think I see I already got a little control over the weather. So it's
In the
not that
house.
fun. Exactly. I can cut my heat on and it can be warm and hot and in the summertime. But for real, I don't think I have much fun with the weather. I think I have a lot of fun with luck because I could be that man on that commercial with the dollar. I gotta be a little bit more quicker than that.
Gotta be a little bit more quicker than that.
I'll be playing with people. Yeah, I think I want to do luck.
What's yours, Tony?
Control the luck.
Okay. Well, we ain't had well, yeah, we did it today. I was gonna say we ain't had a threesome unity in a while.
Ain't nothing like a good old threesome.
Let me change that around. Let me change that around.
Ain't no changing it. You can't
Oh,
take
we
that
working,
one back.
working with it.
With my luck, I can change it.
Do you really want to touch it? Do you really want
Oh, here's one. Would you rather be able to see the future or have complete knowledge?
I think I would rather see the future because with me being able to see the future, it allows for me to have the complete knowledge already.
but
If
but
I
just
can
because you
see it
have
up,
complete knowledge and because you see it, just that like seeing, you may not be able to do anything with your see visions.
that would be crazy. If I'm able to see that the lottery numbers are gonna be these right here on Friday. And I'm telling Tony, and I'm giving y'all the knowledge of the insight that I've already seen 3 days prior that these are gonna be the numbers. And y'all go play it. Is that not me having the insight, intellect, and knowledge to be able to give y'all that for y'all to go play?
Okay, what
But
about
then you
that?
also may see. I was just about to say, then you also probably could see us walking in to go get the numbers and get hit by a car and be like, oh man,
Yeah, all of that, all of that, all of that. I want to. I'm gonna be able to see everything.
you'd rather see everything.
What you say?
See everything.
See the future.
Yeah. What about you,
Because
Tony?
I could always read a book and learn the knowledge.
I'd rather see the future. Even if you could perceive, even if you could see precede death. Let's say you know your cousins are gonna die next Saturday,
Hmm.
or you know someone's gonna die next Saturday. You know who it is, and you know how they're gonna die and everything. You may not have the necessarily have the ability to change it,
Right.
but you could better prepare for it.
Right. Especially if you know, cause the dream can be so clear. The only thing is missing is the person.
You know, and what I mean by better prepare for it, for example, with situations like we've recently experienced through friends and family members who have passed and don't have their affairs in order.
Right.
Didn't have the paperwork done. Didn't have the last will and testament. Didn't have their healthcare surrogates. Didn't have what I'm saying their documents
Yeah.
in order. So
Power
now
of
they're stuck in
attorneys
this.
and stuff.
Right. So at least you say, okay, well, you know, hey, you need to get this done before next Thursday.
Yep. Cause guess what? Somebody can give you the knowledge, but if you don't know, if you don't know when to use the knowledge or how to use it, it's worthless.
I was about to say, or how to apply it.
Yeah, it's worthless.
True.
So that's
That
why
makes
that's
you a
for
nigga.
me. Say what? What?
Ignorant.
Oh, ignorant. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it makes
yeah.
you ignorant.
Yes. Cause knowledge that's not applied is ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Because some people ignore knowledge or ignore facts and ignore truth because they know if I believe what you're now telling me, that means everything I've learned before was a lie.
Hmm.
So rather than want to believe everything that they learned before was a lie, they're gonna believe what you're telling them today is a lie.
Which is pure ignorance.
And to believe is to take something for face value, and we should always research everything and learn and study to know thyself, to know the truth for thyself,
And
not to know what
with
someone
Cake
else's
saying
truth
that,
is.
and with Cake saying that, the Bible itself, for those that read the Bible, one of the verses says for you to study to show thyself approved. Yeah.
And then that way we won't be ignorant.
Hmm.
That's true.
That's right. Because a lot of people, you know, I think about this a lot. I think about one of the pastors said that um, broad is the gate to the kingdom of destruction, and narrow is the path to the kingdom of heaven. And most people that are going in that direction fall short for the lack thereof of knowledge. So they can be misled like sheep to the slaughter.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want to be looked at as different, most people go along with the crowd because
Mm-hmm.
they don't want to be considered to be an outcast, a black sheep, or something different, or a conspiracy theorist, or somebody that just can't go along to get along.
Right.
And this is what brings about the great destruction because most people just want to be accepted,
Mm-hmm.
and so acceptance means almost like utter blind faith to the ignorant.
True.
That's just my take on it.
Would you rather have an extra hour each day or never have to work again?
Man, I need that hour, and I'm still never working again.
Get her ass off of here. Hey, Tony, this
I would say
girl, go ahead,
I would say
Tony.
never ever have to work again.
I'm gonna go with never have to work again because if you had a extra hour each day for people that work, your job is gonna find a way to get that extra hour every week, every day. If you work on a job, they're gonna say we're getting an extra hour every day, so we no longer are working till from 7 to 4 or 8 to 5 or 9 to 6. Motherfuckers saying you working from 7 to 5, 8 to 6, and 7 to 6. That's what they finna do. Cause they feel like it's more time in the day. We can make more money, so let's
Hmm.
utilize that extra time that they have.
Exactly.
Well, Cake and Tayama ain't
That's
gonna
when
go
y'all
for
gotta
that shit.
start. Y'all about to say, y'all better know to tell the people no.
Cake ass is gonna be unemployed. She is gonna be never have to work again.
Listen, been there, done that. I gave that
Hey
man the
Tony,
biggest hug.
do you remember
When
when Cake first came on here and she was working at that hotel?
I
And
wasn't working.
what you was doing at the hotel? And you said that where you was working at, Kate? Because you were working somewhere when you first came on. You were like the people said something that you were like, don't worry about it, and you quit on
Then I
them.
said I wasn't working. I
Wow.
was trying to let you know. Okay. Yeah. That's what I say. I couldn't be some of these people you talk about. None of my children gonna go stay with someone and get killed because you. I'm not calling you. Not calling me. Do not disturb. Ain't happy. I'm not answering. No. And
I
if
think
you
Kate got
tell
a
me,
valid point. On your days off, you gotta have you. There's no way on my days off, Kate. I'm looking at my phone. I'm looking at my phone, knowing I'm supposed to be off, and my job is calling me. My phone don't work on my day off for the job.
Well, what I used to do, sometimes I would answer, but if they asked me to come in, I'd say I'm not in town. I'm
I
not
just
in
don't feel like
Wisconsin.
you. I just don't feel like you
you
should have to
can't
lie.
lie.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
so
feel
you
like you have
can't
to make
lie.
up a lie. I'm off. I done gave y'all. I done gave y'all these 5 for the week. I'm off. I'm
Yeah,
off.
I'm out of town.
Took the big meaty one.
I'm doing something time. I'm out of town.
Tony, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you about your niece. And Cake, I need to tell you about your niece. Let me tell you about it. Don't call me today and say, Daddy, um, I wanted to know since my friend is having a birthday party this weekend, could I go to her birthday party sleepover? I say, what the hell you say?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big girl. I'm 13, and I just wanted to know. I know you don't like, sleepovers and stuff, but I wanted to know, could I go to my friend's birthday party? That's gonna be a sleepover too. I say, I don't have no problem with you going to the birthday party. What time is the birthday party? She say 5. I say, well, what time does the birthday party end? She say the party gonna probably be over about 8, and then the sleepover starts. I say, yes, you can go to the party, but I'll be to pick you up at 8:30. There's never gonna be a sleepover for you unless it's at your house, or unless it's around me or somebody in my family. Because and again, when you have a sleepover and those same can come to your house and sleep over, then we can probably revisit this. But I already know
Well,
that they're not gonna allow that to happen. So you're never happy.
would you not
It
be
was some of
willing
them.
to allow her to stay till like a midnight?
She's 13. There is never a midnight. Even at
Okay,
19, there's.
I didn't know 13, 10.
If I'm running a little late, 9.
Okay.
Cause I mean, from 5 o'clock to 9 is 4 hours. It ain't that you ain't grown. Ain't that much goddamn party.
Yeah, no, and I don't do the sleepovers. My kids have
I
a
know.
problem with
So
me
was
about
it
that.
was it was it the other people house?
Yes,
No,
Okay.
look, you could be this, you
yes.
could be this, you could be
Your shirt.
this, you could be this. I ain't
If
give
the
a
answer is no,
damn.
Either way, the
You
I
could
ain't
answer
be
gonna.
is no.
cousin.
You can be cousins. Listen, Tony, I'm telling you, the answer. She said that her mama told her, "You need to talk to your daddy.
Okay, because she knew.
Talk to your daddy."
Because the mama
Eh,
said yes, if something happened, all hell's about to break loose.
we gonna revisit what we watched in the middle
Okay.
because I just think that it ain't. I just think that it ain't that you. I don't know. I don't know. I just too much bad shit is really going crazy now, and I'm okay with you. I'm okay with you having a good time and then going to enjoy yourself. I'm okay with that. But you got to lay your head in the parameter of the people that I love and trust. If it ain't inside of that right there, that right there, it's a it's a never.
So what else you said? The first house we staying at is a single mother.
I don't
This,
give a damn.
let me finish. Damn.
Women molest too.
Let me finish. Damn. She a Sunday school teacher. She a Christian. She a school teacher. She's a single mother. There's no males in the house. She has no sons, no husband. Um, you can meet her. You can call all night long. I'll have my phone with me and it'll stay on. You call me
Mm-mm,
every hour.
mm-mm, mm-mm. I can't rest if I can't see you. I not when it's sleep. I can't just come on and just go on home. She she could stay at Auntie Juice's house. She could stay at Tayama's house. She could stay at your house. She could stay
Oh,
at
she can't stay
Anthony.
here. She can't stay here. No. This is no kid zone. I keep telling y'all that. Mm-mm. I love you, Naya. I love you dearly. But once your eyelids get heavy, you got to go. Somebody got to come get you. Mama,
You
daddy, brother, Uber, Lyft, somebody. But you got to
you
leave
gonna
here.
put my you gonna put my baby in a fucking Uber,
And I'm sitting outside with my bathrobe on and say, all right, baby, call me when you get home.
and when she don't make it home, I gotta have you too now.
Well, you gonna know she in the Lyft for the Uber.
Just wait till I get there.
Okay, well, you got
You
30 minutes.
you got Big Bertha out there. You can drop off. You know where to drop off at. That's a shame your niece can't spend the night at your house.
This is a no kid zone.
So even the dog grown.
Yes, no kid zone.
Well, one thing I can tell you, you fair across the board because you read that. It's good to see you. Come eat, come drink, but you gotta leave. Get you some smell good and just go home.
Give one to your mama and your daddy too.
See you tomorrow.
Yes. No, that's too soon. I saw you today. Let's put some space between there.
That is. Sleep in space.
Mm. I'll see you next week. Bye now.
Cake, Cake, you see this motherfucker?
Hmm.
It's sad.
I mean,
But
it's not really because you know what he don't have kids.
he said, I
So,
could have swore he told me all our kids were his kids.
but it's
But
see,
they
but
just,
that's how it is. Like I'm so glad
That's
I'm a
before
grandma
sundown.
because I can love on my baby and then he can go home. You know, I can keep him when I want to, but Tony can when he want to, and he just right now don't want to.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example.
oh, here we go.
Last weekend, I think it was a Saturday. Darren. Last Saturday, I think it was last Saturday or Saturday before last. Darren calls. Hey, I need you to come pick me up. No, come follow me to drop off the rental car because he had a rental car for a year. I said fine. He was with, Kylie was with him. His daughter was with him. My niece. So I said okay, fine, no problem. So she's like, hey, Uncle Tone. I said, hey, baby, how you doing? She got a little snake. She carried with her. It'd be around her arm, a live snake. So me and Eugene in the car together. Him and Kylie in the car together. So they go drop the rental car off. Then they get in the car with me. I take him over to the place where he's going to buy his car. Unexpectedly, last minute, he says, oh, while I'm in here filling out the paperwork and everything, I'm just leave Kylie with y'all. So at first I
Do you
said,
see? Do you see him, Cake?
You see me, you see him,
oh.
you see we.
So at first I
Where we
said,
do that at?
okay. I'm thinking, how long will it take you to sign 2 or 3 papers? Give them your cash or debit card or whatever. And boom, we right next door at McDonald's. Bitch, never again. 3 hours later,
What
I
did
done bought,
what could Kylie have done the way you say never again?
I done bought her lunch, everything. We talked for about 20, 30 minutes. And then after that, me and Eugene was talking. She was on her phone playing games or whatever, entertaining herself. Later on that night when she got home, Darren said that she told her that we didn't communicate and interact with her. I didn't know I was supposed to be babysitting. That was not part of the equation. That wasn't part of the plan. The plan was to drop y'all off so he could buy a car. Last minute, you said, I'm leaving her with you, and then it turned out to be 3 hours. So you inconvenienced me.
Because you thought it was a dump and go.
Exactly. You made me a babysitter.
And because I love you, I went on with it.
Which, I didn't know it was going to be a babysitter. I thought it was going to be a watch for 5 or 10 minutes. I babysit.
And then Kylie complained and said you didn't give her no time.
Listen, kids are something else, and I am like my friend did the same for me. She said, could she leave her kids while she ran to the store? Now she didn't do 3 hours. I think she knew she wanted her kids. Because 3 hours they might have been something else. And I love kids. But when I tell you,
Don't sound like it.
listen, well, I'm gonna tell you, I put everybody to work. I got my whole backyard hoed, all the weeds up, all out in between the cracks of the
Them children
cement.
ain't never coming back to her goddamn house no more.
Okay? I know that's right.
It
Okay.
was them. Look, the Mexicans from down the street was like, "Can we help them so they can hurry up and play with us?" I said, "Sure, come on." Nikhil was like, "Now we got more to do." I said, he said, "What do you mean?" He says, "More hands." I mean, she's got to find more work.
Yes,
All
that's
my
that
all my
extra
go
hour.
bags.
See, that's that
Whew.
extra hour, Tony.
Yep.
Tony, let me tell you, my uncle Melvin, I love my uncle Melvin to death, and God rest him. I never forget. My mama was going out of town, and she took us to my uncle Melvin house, and
Mm,
so my uncle Melvin stayed. His house was like the last house in this like circle at the back.
mm,
He don't own none of these goddamn trees, but he don't want these goddamn trees and bushes. He want them down. So my mama dropped. We don't know none. We supposed to be just over here just for the weekend and just chill. We 9, 10, and gotta be 6. The sun rose on a Saturday morning. At 8 o'clock, my uncle called me, my brothers, and one of his sons out the house and told us he wanted this land, these bushes and shrubs, cut down and cleared out. I ain't never done it before in my life. He showed us how to do it one time, how to use the machetes. And you got a 10-year-old, you got a 9-year-old, you got a 6-year-old, and an 8-year-old out there in the bushes in the woods.
mm.
Haga, haga. Listen, you can give me all the ass whippings you want, Joseph. Who house I don't want to go back over to is Melvin. This man worked us, Tony, from the sun up to the sundown.
Like Hebrew slaves.
Oh man, he got the heat and the brew out of.
Okay. Yes. I
But
know that's right.
listen, well, anything else? Cause I know Cake a little busy tonight, so we gonna go on and end a little early tonight. We
Hold
gonna
on.
go ahead and you
Hold
got
on. Let me show you these two videos. They're just quick videos, just
Here we
informational
go.
videos.
okay.
Saying, you guys are all blaming China, you're blaming us, but it's really your own fault, and America now needs a revolution.
They rob you blind and you thank them for it. That's a tragedy. That's a scam. That's why I'm saying this right now. Americans, you don't need a tariff. You need a revolution. For decades, your government and oligarchs only ship your job to China. Not for diplomacy, not for peace, but to exploit cheap laborers. And in the process, they hollowed out your middle class, crushed your working class, and told you to be proud while they sold your future for profit. And yes, China made money, but we used it to build roads, lift millions out of poverty, fund healthcare, raise living standard. We reinvested in our people. My family also benefited from it. What did your oligarchs do? They bought yachts, private jets, mansions with golf course driveways. They manipulate the market, dodge tax, and poured billions into endless wars. And you get stagnated wages, crippling healthcare costs, cheap dopamine, debt, and flagged wave poverty made in China while they pick your pocket. For 40 years, both China and the United States benefit from the trade, the manufacturing, but only one of us use that wealth to build. This isn't China's fault. This is yours. You let this happen. You let the oligarchs fit your lies. Well, they made you fat, poor, and addicted. Now they blame China for mess they made. I don't think so. I don't think you need another tariff. You need to wake up. You need to take your country back. I think you need a revolution.
Now, he has a point.
That was called China Reveals the Truth.
But I can respect the statement that the gentleman was making. But
Mm,
you ever seen when your parent, let's say you know your brother or sister done something, and you know they done it, but you didn't reveal it to the mom or the dad until you got mad with them, and now since you mad with them, now you feel like it's time for you to reveal the truth about what something happened, and your
Hmm.
mama end up whooping all both of your ass,
Right.
and the reason you getting the ass whooping is because the only reason you're telling is because you're mad at him or her now. But other than that, all these weeks that some passed before now, when you wasn't mad at them, you ain't never open up your mouth to say anything. This is what China is doing. You like you say, they played a part and they did what they supposed to do, which was get the money. But the only reason you are now saying the things that you're saying is because now you're not getting as fat as you used to get. So yes, I agree with him. We do need to take our country back from the oligarchs. But at the same time, the only reason you're opening your mouth about this now, why you didn't open your mouth about it 6 years ago? Why you didn't open your mouth about the oligarchs were taking over and doing this and that 5 years ago? You're only saying it now because the tariffs are affecting you and you're no longer getting fat with
Well, here's
You
another
know,
thought.
I don't like the tariffs. I was looking at someone posting about they placed the order, and it got billed after it reached customs. So when it got delivered, the note got delivered before the goods, and the goods was in order. The note was in order to receive your goods, you got to pay the tariff,
them.
and the
Right,
tariff, the duty tax on it was like $1,000, but their order wasn't even 1,000. So
right,
it's crazy. We placed a herb order before the tariffs hit, and when I tell you, we were able to see what it was, and then the projection. And let's say a pound of basil was 30 something dollars. Now a pound of basil is going to be $90.
right. So you have to ask yourself, who's keeping that money?
I got
If
some.
if
I got some basil on the patio.
Look, I got basil seeds too. Now the thing about it is the this is the part where 2 years ago, for natural products, supplements, herbs like teas and things like that, they changed the requirement of the labeling. And so many people were scrutinizing about products and is it real or is it that. So they needed to be from a certain place. Now, you're not going to be able to cater to that preference because
mm,
we're going to have to grow it ourselves. So
hmm
people are gonna have to start to accept what we have is what we have, which, like you say, you got some basil on your porch, and that's where now it's like, okay, it does hit that small person or small business that didn't get a chance to have 100 pounds before the tariff
right,
hit, and
right.
so it's not that good, nope, not at all. But you know what? It opens up an avenue like Tony's doing. We got to grow our food. We got to start growing our own things and doing our own things. We got to make ourselves great.
But that's the thing, Cake. I do believe what Tony is doing, what you do, and about we need to grow our own fruits and things like that. But if we do not remove the oligarchs, those are the people that comes out with the laws that say that you can't grow things at mass production, that you can't sell things that you grow at large quantities to anyone. This is they'll let you buy the product, and then once you start to get ready to grow it and start to benefit from it, then they'll come out with a law that says, oh, those seeds had such and such in them. Now you
You,
can't sell this product.
you can grow and benefit long as it's for your household only. But
Right, that's what I'm saying.
once you start helping the world or the community, now it's a problem.
Right, because they want all of the money going their way. But what's the second video, Tony?
Yeah, this is a quick one, and then we're done.
Trump said China pays the tariffs. Nah, that's not just wrong. It's some next level dumb shit. Here's how it actually works. Walmart buys a microwave from China. It costs them $50. But the US government adds a 40% tariff. That's $20 extra. Walmart has to pay that $20 to the US government, not China, not to the factory, straight to Uncle Sam. China already got paid when they made the microwave. They're chilling. Now, Walmart's not just going to lose money out of kindness. Their investors would freak the fuck out. So they raised the price. That microwave used to cost $79 in store. Now it's $99. Same product, higher price. And guess who's covering that extra cost? You, dummy. Even American-made microwaves go up. Why? Because if the import's $99, the US one can now be $94 and still look like a deal. They raise prices too, because they can. Welcome to fucking capitalism. And it's not just microwaves. Trump's tariffs raise prices on anything with imported parts. Cans, packaging, labels, groceries, higher, toilet paper, higher, soda, higher. All that America first shit, it's fucking your bank account. Then other countries slap their own tariffs on us. So now American farmers can't sell as much overseas. Jobs get cut. Small businesses get squeezed. And the people getting hit hardest? Regular folks. You. Trump said, China pays? That's a flag-wrapped fairy tale. You got taxed. You got lied to. And you're still clapping for it? Fuck that. Do better.
I remember just the other day watching a dude. He was questioning one of Trump personnel about the tariff, and this man had one question. The whole time the man just had one question and said, "With the tariff, who pays for the extra tariff? Who pays the fine for the tariff?
The
Does
consumer.
the country that you're putting the tariff on pays the tariff, or do the person who purchasing pays the tariff?" When I tell you that man danced around that whole house of saying the consumer, the only thing I hate about having a congressional meeting and when you got people up here on the stand that you're questioning, and right there in front of all the most powerful people in the United States, and you're asking them a question. You're supposed to be a senator or a governor, congressman, and this person is right in your face, blatantly. What's the word that they use when you circumvent answering the question? It's another word. Um, well, anyway, you're circumventing answering the question correctly, coming up with other ways without saying yes or no. If you don't start saying once we bring you to these meetings and you don't answer these correctly without lying or trying to circumvent what it is I'm asking you, you're going to jail. That is when you'll start getting the true answers. But those same people, it's almost like saying, how can the internal affairs investigate the police department, the sheriff department, when all of those people leave the sheriff department or leave the police in internal IA, internal affairs officer, and they all still friends and they all still hang together after this. That's smoke and mirrors. Just
Right.
to say that we are doing our part, we're asking the questions and they're answering. Okay, but where are the arrests? If with Doge and all the DEI and all these people supposed to be stealing money, taking money, hiding money, you don't find all this. Where are the arrests? So you saying that all these people quitting their job after being exposed? Why are there no arrests?
Speaking of that, let's see if I still have it. Hold on. I can show this now. It's only 2 minutes, and then this one I wasn't gonna show, but I'll go ahead and show it, and then I can delete it.
Trump is a really bad candidate, and frankly, I think a really bad person.
But I can just tell you that a con artist is about to take over the Republican Party and the conservative movement, and we have to put a stop to it. And there is no way we are going to allow a con artist to take over the conservative movement, and Donald Trump is a con artist.
What do you think a Trump government would look like, Senator?
It would be chaos.
Trump has committed an act of war. He has pushed our country into a state of war with Iran, a war that will prove to be far more devastating and costly than anything that we saw with the war in Iraq or the war in Afghanistan. It'll make those wars look like a picnic.
The action that this Trump administration has taken in reneging and breaking our role in the Iran nuclear agreement when Iran is complying with the agreement.
Well, he's not my candidate, but people came to this country for religious freedom. So I believe his statement was un-American, and I don't agree with it. I think everybody knows that I don't support him in this primary election. Everybody in this country is very frustrated. This president and this administration have shown us how not to run a country and have placed a lot of burdens on individuals, and people are struggling.
It makes you think that at a fundamental level, this is sort of a he said, she said, right? And at the end of the day, do you believe Donald Trump, who always tells the truth? Just kidding. Or do you believe that woman on that tape?
No, you're not. Quote, unfit for office.
He called him a, quote, cynical a-hole.
There is definitely an element of Donald Trump's support that has its basis in racism or xenophobia. I never liked him. I don't know who I'm going to vote for. I'm definitely not going to vote for Trump because I think that he's projecting very complex problems onto simple villains.
If he builds the wall the way he built Trump Towers, he'll be using illegal immigrant labor to do it. The second...
I'm going to get in trouble for this.
That was entitled Trump's former staff members. So these are people that Trump has hired since he got elected that's already been fired or demoted. So, because Trump is known for getting rid of his staff.
I'm gonna say, I wonder what they do to make him like he just. I don't feel like he's
They
today.
just got hired. They ain't even finished 90 days yet, or some of, or for their probation period. But yeah, Trump. If you just don't agree with him or you challenge his authority, bitch, you out of here. Trump want to hire yes men. So if you're not a yes man, Trump don't want you on his team. So these are people, I guess, that had an opinion or had their own viewpoints.
But again, Tony, that's why I was saying when we was just talking about the thing about how people, as long as
they was gonna check,
he was the best thing smoking.
Right.
But now he's taking off his mask and showed you, this is who I am. Not the dude that I'm running as, this person behind the door. Now you come out and now you say, oh, I don't like him. My position,
they saw who he was in the beginning, but because the check was the amount that he was promising them as far as the salary and the benefits,
right,
outweighed everything else.
Right.
I'll just keep my mouth shut. I ain't gonna spill the truth. I ain't gonna put it out there. I know you use the word nigger. I know you hate this. I know you against this policy, against that policy, against that. But I ain't gonna say nothing because you pay me $300,000 a year.
Yeah.
What's good?
So
You ain't even been there a year, so you ain't got about 13 checks, and already you fired.
Not 13. Well, listen, everybody. We got to get ready to get out of here tonight. It's been a pleasure. We appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. Didn't have a lot of chitter chat tonight. But hopefully Thursday we will get a lot more chitter chat. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, come in, give comments and things of that nature. But we definitely want to just thank those that were viewing, that did not say anything tonight. Hopefully Thursday you will. I would like to just give a shout out again to all the mothers. Even though we're a few days late and behind on it, but we definitely want to give that honor and respect to you guys. We appreciate y'all in every way. And we just want to go ahead and give a shout out to our sister Tayama that went on in because I know she's a baseball mom now, so she might have been a little tired. Let Tony go out there with Tyson the next time, Tayama, so you can get you a little rest and he can sit out there.
Since Tony's good with the kids for a few hours.
Yeah, Exactly. And so we're gonna go ahead and bring out the juiciest cakes in the business. Cake. Let them know, baby.
You can find me here every Tuesday and Thursday on the ATL show. We're here 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. You can check me
Okay.
out on for all your homeopathic and wellness needs. You can check me out at enliventoyou.com, on Facebook, Miss Juicy, Instagram, Miss Beautiful, and on TikTok. I ain't got back on Bigo yet, but my email is right there, winning@persevere.com. And happy Mother's Day to everyone too.
All right, all right. I'm gonna give a shout out again to my sister Alma. We love you, girl. We're gonna go ahead and bring out one of the businessmen in the business, the man that besides the man up above, that makes it possible for us to be out here in this ATL world, in this ATL street. The man that's a pain in my ass and a pain in my side, my big little brother. I wouldn't want to do it without him. AB, let him know.
I'm yours truly, Mr. Anthony Brown. You can find me on all social media platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, which is now X, and YouTube under Anthony Brown or The Anthony Brown Show. You can find me on Bigo under The Anthony Brown Show. Facebook, follow my Facebook page is Anthony the Writer. I have a Patreon for notaries that want to scale and elevate their business, notary business to the next level. You can follow my Patreon. And also for exclusive content that is not necessarily here on the show, but you can see like our very first show that's not on YouTube, but yet it's on Patreon. Definitely want to go watch that show and find out some interesting things about legacy, where it all began. But nevertheless, you also call me, text me with any show ideas, comments, concerns, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, otherwise, at 561-768-3710. The words that I live by, and so should you, is you got to grind until you shine.
All right, everybody. That's AB and Kate. And y'all know who I am. I'm Legacy the Great. You can reach out to me on Facebook up under Dream Williams. YouTube, you can hit me at Legacy the Great. My email is legacyunlocked@mail.com. For business purposes only, pertaining to legal situations, things of that nature, you can reach out to me at Legal Legacy at 561-907-9129. If you can't reach me there, or if you locked out your car and need Legacy Unlocked to arrive and get you inside of your vehicle, you can reach out to me at 229-630-7615. And words that I live by, and don't nobody do it better than the one that's at the bottom, Juicy Cake. Let them know what we do, baby. Well, she must be occupied. We gonna say it. Hey, TL ho!
Yeah, that's a wrap. We out of here. Thanks for watching, showing love. Bring it back next year. If you like to hit that sub, don't forget to click that bell. ATL family and friends, yeah, we do it so well. On the legacy, Juicy too. Bringing all the vibes, keep it real, keep it true. We be laughing, we be vibing, every show a whole mood. So before you slide out, here's what you gotta do. Like it, share it, tell your friends to tap it. Comment down below, let us know what's happening. If you ain't subscribed yet, man, what you waiting on? Join the squad, hit that button, let's keep rolling strong. Hey, that's a wrap, we outta here. Thanks for watching, showing love, bring it back next year. If you like to hit that sub, don't forget to click that bell. ATL family and friends, yeah, we do it so well. The next time, same place, y'all know where to go. ATL family and friends putting on a show. We can't wait to see you bring the energy again. So stay locked in till we link up, my friends. Hey, that's a wrap, we out of here. We out. Thanks for watching, showing love, bring it back next year. If you like to hit that sub, don't forget to click that bell. ATL family and friends, yeah, we do it so well. Yeah. See y'all next time. ATL in the building. Let's go. Yeah. See y'all next time. ATL in the building. Let's go!